Hi, my name is Law, and I am from Singapore. I am currently a first-year student in the System Design and Management program at MIT. The project that I'll be working on is called tiengXie, which is the Chinese version of spelling, or writing out words that are said. In the Singapore education system, tiengXie plays a big role in how Chinese is taught at the primary school level. Students are given a list of words to memorize and practice writing on, and frequent tests are administered to ensure that they have learned the words well. During these tests, teachers dictate the words verbally or give the phonetic scripts, and students are expected to write down the Chinese characters. As these tests require preparation beforehand in order to do well, parents often help their children learn the words at home. However, as more families become dual income and parents have less time to help their children with schoolwork, it would be helpful to automate this learning process. Add to it the fact that parents themselves might not be that good at Chinese, and the value of using a computer to help students with tiengXie becomes even greater. The goal of the project is to create a web interface for students to practice writing Chinese characters and get feedback on their performance. I am working with a friend outside of MIT on the project, and he has developed a machine learning algorithm using convolutional neural networks to recognize and classify written Chinese characters. From a list of typical primary school level Chinese words, the computer will pick a random word and display its phonetic script. The student is then expected to write the character in the canvas provided, which captures the image as a 70 by 70 grid of binary values. This is sent to a server where the algorithm is hosted, and the server then returns whether the character was written correctly or not. To make this more interesting for primary school children, the result will be linked to a snakes and ladders game. The objective of the game is to get from the start to the end point, with ladders providing a boost and snakes providing a bump back. Every time the student gets a word correct, they will move forward 2 steps. Every time the student gets a word wrong, they will move back 1. The aim is to get to the end point in as few rounds as possible. The game will be designed in JavaScript and HTML using the Canvas API. An example of how the web interface would look like is shown. 2 risks have been identified. First, the success of the project depends on the accuracy of the character recognition algorithm. As the algorithm has already been created and has been undergoing training, we will continue to provide it with more training data and refine it to make it more accurate. There is a basic app which we use to train and upload our data onto the server. Here is a demonstration of how it works. Second, there is the risk that some students might not be able to recognize a Chinese character solely from its phonetic script, or they might be confused if more than one character has the same phonetic script. To mitigate this, we will also include the English meaning of the character. As all students learn English in school, they should be able to understand the Chinese character from its English translation. Moving forward, the next step would be to design and test the functionality of the Snakes and Ladders game in HTML. Once that is done, the character recognition template will be incorporated and tested to make sure that data transmission to and from the server works. Finally, both parts will be integrated and the entire system tested as a whole to ensure that it works as intended.